Hello and welcome to the Pup Mommy. This is a channel where I share my practical hands-on experience, including my mistakes, in everything that I've learned in owning, loving, and caring for dogs for over 30 years. And I also share my passion for breeds and finding the right dog that fits your personality, your lifestyle, and one that you can safely handle. If you're interested in working with me, I'll leave a link in the description section to my website as well as to my calendar, and you can book some time for me completely complimentary. Today's video is based on a story that I read in the UK Daily Mail online. It happened about a week ago, and it was the story about how a police officer in Davenport, Iowa, shot and killed the family dog in front of its owner and two small children. Now, there are two sides to every story, so I'm going to leave some links in the description section, not only to the story in the Daily Mail for you to read, but also to the local news network that covered the story. They have a video on the situation, and also a link to a police expert as well as a dog trainer to give their opinion as to what really happened. Now, now, as a dog owner, this is something that has worried me because many years ago I had an elderly mother living with me, and during the early hours of the morning she had an accident and she fell, and as a result I couldn't pick her up myself, so I had to call, and the fire department came out as well as a police officer. Now at that time I had two Boston Terriers, one of them very attached to my mother, but I was able to safely secure them in the family room, so there was a cacophony of barking, but they were safe, my mother was safe, everyone out in the house was safe. But think about this for a moment. A 2024 study found that 66% of U.S. households have pets, and 66% of U.S. households is roughly 86.9 million homes. Of the 86.9 million homes, 65.1 million homes have dogs. Now, you would think with those incredible statistics that you would have police departments across the country having officers who are trained in knowing how to respond to calls when there are dogs present. Not necessarily. The ASPCA has a statement on their website addressing how many police departments nationwide actually give no training whatsoever, or if there is training, very little training to officers on how to respond when dogs are present. And how to respond instead of shooting the dog, maybe what other methods can be used to control a dog. Also, officers are not trained in recognizing the difference between canine aggression and canine excitement and barking. There is very little training that is given. Amazing, despite all these homes and all these households owning dogs. All right, now the second thing that I noticed also in doing some research about this topic is the University of New Hampshire Law Review did a study years ago on also police confrontation with dogs. And they found that in one of the years they did the study, that police shootings of dogs that were recorded was roughly 10,000 dogs shot and killed every year. But they say that that number is highly suspect, and the reason for that being is because there are many police departments that don't accurately report animal killings. Another aspect of that study that they found is that these animal shootings were not necessarily large dogs, but in the name of human safety, they found that many dogs that were killed were puppies, chihuahuas, miniature dachshunds, even cats. So, again, we come back to the major question. What do we do as dog owners that if we do need to have emergency services come to our home, or if they come to your neighbor's home, your dog's outside? I mean, in my neighborhood, we have fenced yards, we have invisible fences, we have no fences. So I understand from a point of view of a responding officer that when there's a situation, you come to the situation, you've got to make a quick assessment, and you'd have to determine what to do. I get that. But also as responsible dog owners, what can we do to ensure that our pets are kept safe? Now, one of the things we can do is, first of all, if there is a need to call for an emergency, make sure that when you're talking to the 911 dispatcher, that you inform them that you have a dog or dogs. Tell them the breed, tell them the size, tell them something about the temperament. And then let them know that you are going to secure those dogs in the house or outside, and specifically tell them where. And then the second thing you do is, if possible, while you're waiting for, assistance to arrive, make sure that you've done exactly that you've secured the dogs in a crate, in a kennel somewhere, in behind a door. Make sure that door is locked. If they're outside, make sure that they have leashes you can tether to a tree, to a fence, somewhere where you can keep them safe. The third thing also is when the police or the fire arrive, make sure you once again reiterate to them that you have dogs where the dogs are located. I actually have, as you can see here, a little sign in my front door transom window. I'll leave a link to the company. No, I'm not getting a commission. I've had this sign, and others like it. Ever since I owned this house. It's a really cool sign. It can be breed specific, and that also alerts anybody coming to my door that I have dogs. The fourth thing that you can also do is remain calm as you possibly can in a stressful situation. Remember that dogs' hearing and dogs can sense. They know our energy. They know when we are calm and in control, and that calms them down and keeps them from acting up as well. Another key point here is training commands. Make sure that your dog has a really solid control understanding, or solid understanding of sit, stay, quiet, place. Because in the stressful situations, when your dog knows those commands and you're sure that your dog is going to obey them, 99% sure they will obey them, that is going to help tremendously as well. And then finally, God forbid, something should happen. Know your legal rights and know your resources. There are many states, counties, cities that do have, you have the ability to file a wrongful death claim. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but also ensure that you have presence of mind to document everything that has happened. And if there are witnesses, to make sure that you talk to them and you get their statement, whether it's video or on your iPhone or whatever. Make sure you have as much documentation as you possibly can, so that, again, if something happens, you have some legal recourse. It's not going to bring your pet back, but it holds someone accountable for what happened. Now, with that, I'm going to say on this topic, it's not exactly a wonderful topic, but it's something that we all should, as dog owners, pet owners, we all should be prepared for, because it can happen out of the blue when you least expect it. So with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this informative, and I hope you learned something maybe. Don't forget to click and subscribe. I will have more videos coming out. In fact, I've said this before. I will have one on dog breeds for first-time owners. That will be coming out very shortly. So I appreciate your watching very much. Thank you, and bye for now.